If you love banana pudding and you also love chocolate, then this banana pudding trifle is just for you. And I'm going to show you exactly how I made it because there ain't no keeping over here. Now, I am using the banana cream jello instant pudding because this is the new school way to make banana pudding. Up and down my timeline, all I see is people using it the new school way. I don't see anybody doing it from scratch anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how the new school people are doing it. After you get your instant pudding in the pack inside of your bowl, you go ahead and add 2 cups of cold milk. Once you get 2 cups of cold milk in there, you're going to mix everything until everything is combined together. Then you're going to put it to the side. Now, this doesn't take long to set. It takes about 4 minutes to set. So while we're waiting for our banana pudding to start setting, we're going to work on the next step in making our new school banana pudding custard. Now, the next part is to make sure you have some room temperature cream cheese. The softer the cream cheese, the easier it is to work with. Some sweetened condensed milk. And you're going to mix that together. Now, I do not have a mixer, but I definitely have a blender, and I did pull out my blender because why are we going to work harder when we can work smarter? Got my blender together and mixed everything in. Once everything was nice and smooth and creamy the way I wanted it to, it was time to add in the Cool Whip. So I'm going to continue to use the blender, add in the Cool Whip, give that a mix, and once everything is combined, it's nice and smooth and creamy, then I am going to add it back into the banana custard mixture that we just mixed together. If you don't have a blender or you don't have a mixer and you have to do it by hand, you can do it by hand. I have mixed it by hand, but it's definitely going to take you a lot longer and your arms are going to be tired by the time you're done, but it's not impossible to get done. Once the mixture is ready, mix everything together, and I had to switch it to a bigger pan because it just was not enough room in the bowl. After I got the mixture combined together, I like to put mine in a Ziploc bag, put it in the refrigerator, and let the pudding start to thicken. Now that we have the pudding in the fridge and it's beginning to thicken, it's time to start working on the chocolate part of this banana pudding trifle cup. Now, you can go ahead and buy your chocolate cake already made, but it only takes me about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and make it myself. I'm going to be using some box cake mix, and I'm going to follow the box instructions. The only thing different is I'm going to use milk instead of water because I believe that the milk makes the cake taste better. Add in my 3 eggs per box instructions, and the box instruction also calls for a 1/3 cup of oil or melted butter, whichever one you have on hand. I'm going to add that in there as well, and then I'm going to mix everything together. Now, I do not suggest you use your blender to mix your cake batter. I do recommend mixing it by hand because in the blender you can overwork your cake batter, and then your cake is just not going to give you the same results that you're looking for. Once my cake batter was mixed, it came out like this, and it's time for me to go ahead and put it in the oven. Once the cake was done, I took it out of the oven, let it cool, and then I cut my cake into circular rings like this, and then I was ready to go ahead and start building my pudding cups. First, I went down with a layer of that chocolate cake. After I got a layer of that chocolate cake, I am going to go in and add a layer of our banana pudding cream. Once the layer of the banana pudding cream was there, I went in and added another layer of that chocolate cake. In addition to that other layer of chocolate cake, you're going to add you another layer of that banana cream pudding. Once I added my second layer of the cream pudding, I had some fresh bananas that I had already chopped up previous, and I'm going to add those as well. After I got my bananas in there, it was time for me to add some crunch texture to this. So I added some Lorna Doone cookies that I had just put in a Ziploc bag and crunched them up myself. After I got those Lorna Doone cookies in there, I'm going in with my last layer of my chocolate cake. I'm going to add just a drop of that banana cream pudding on top because I wanted a base where I can add my fudge round cookies to sit and not have to worry about them falling off. After I got my fudge round cookies on all of my pudding cups, it was time for me to put the tops on there, put those back in the refrigerator, let them continue to set, and this is how everything turned out. And when I say these was absolutely delicious, 10 out of 10, highly recommend.